What's poppin', y'all? Young Miami has been going back and forth in a beef with academics. Most recently, we're really not going to go too much into that, but this spurred something which I thought was really, really cool, and why we got to give Carisha some props today, which I know it sounds out of the ordinary, but this all started when she dropped like this new snippet to a song, and it's like, yo, academics, you a bitch, why you speaking on women? And it's kind of like the ending to a song. I'm not gonna lie, man, like that line kind of hits, especially it hits in the same way that the Shy Glizzy song hit, right? It's just that one liner that comes out of nowhere, and I definitely see like chicks that don't mess with them enjoying it and stuff like that. So I think it's like kind of entertaining. You know, they go back and forth. They go on this long back and forth, which, like, what are we even going to cover it about? I kind of don't care about their beef. I think it's a meaningless beef. I think there's genuinely like no problems. And this is all promo for Young Miami anyway. She's kind of just been laying low. And she drops this song. She's kind of doing press. She wants to be seen a little bit more now. So I guess this is her way of doing it, and it's working for her. So it just feels like I'm feeding into promo, and I just don't think it's conducive or constructive to anyone watching. Like me talking about this beef, there's really not much benefit to it. However, one of the things that came out of this that was super cool, which she deleted one of the tweets for some reason, and this was one of the like least offensive. Like, this is one of the tweets that shouldn't have been deleted, but maybe she just dropped some info, which she shouldn't have, and I was able to get like a rough screenshot from it. But it's how her card game is performing. Now, I don't follow Young Miami. I know some of the girls like watching. You guys probably know more about what she's been doing and knew this card game existed, but I don't really know. I just knew she had a show on Revolt that like Diddy helped her put on, and I know she won an award or two for it, and I know there was some controversy around that. I know she had a couple of viral episodes surrounding that show, but other than that, I didn't really know what she was up to, and I knew that they dropped an album a couple of months ago. But in the promo run leading to that album, she was doing an interview on The Breakfast Club, and this was November, I believe. And I'm just going to read a quote from The Breakfast Club because can't really post Breakfast Club clips. Man, that was a tongue twister. So she said, "I'm really humble. I don't put it in nobody's face. Like, it's like, oh, she can't do this, she can't do that. Like, the numbers that I make on my website just off my card game. Like, I made $1 million in 15 days. I made $500,000 last week. What you mean, oh, we going to play? Yeah, like, I can really be putting it in your face, but that's not me. That's not my character. I just be chilling. But don't say I can't do this, I can't bring nothing to the table. I don't feel that." And when you hear numbers like that, especially rappers, it's like, yo, this is some rap cap. Now, granted, I will say that there have been far less incidences of female rappers capping than male rappers. When has it ever been exposed that a female rapper was like, yo, I just made like 500K and they really made like 75, which is something that male rappers have done consistently. They're always capping. If a male rapper drops a number, I'm just completely disregarding it. Like, it's meaningless. Like, yo, I just spent 1.2 million on jewelry. No, you didn't. Please stop it. You don't even got 1 million liquid, which isn't an insult, but it's just, hey, don't play us like we're stupid. Actually, continue playing people like they're stupid because they're going to believe it. So when she said this, and I didn't even hear when she said this. Well, actually, I think I heard about it, but I just glossed over it. No, now that I recall, I definitely didn't hear about this. But it was a post, and this was in November, right? So this is months ago. And one of the criticisms that someone could make is, oh, well, you know, maybe this was a launch. And this isn't like a genuine criticism, but this is a one-time thing, right? It's not going to be consistent. However, the screenshot that she posted on her Shopify screenshot the other day, or yesterday, depends when this goes up. And she said, I guess this is what failing in life looks like. And it was the sales for this month, and it was $1 million, about 19,000 orders. And it was for her site, the Carisha, what is it called again? KishaPlease.com. Yeah, she's promoting that heavy. And it's basically just like once you go to the website, the main thing is her. I was about to say whore. I didn't mean that. It's just a slip of the tongue. Yeah, it's $50 for a game. Now, to produce this game, ain't no $50, bro. It probably takes like $5 to produce one of these, which I'm not saying she's doing anything wrong, but she's also like telling people it's a social media thing. Now, she also has some like merchandise, but I don't think the merchandise is really what's driving the majority of these sales. Like, there's a reason why the game is taking up the majority of the page. And this is where we got to show some respect because she knows her role and she's playing her role. People are like, yo, why isn't she focusing on rap? Where is she going to get this much money in rap? Now, this is gross, right? Which is always different from how much someone is taking home, but we're not going to nitpick here. Regardless of how much this is $1 million, and she's done this twice. So it was in early November that she did that interview with the Breakfast Club. So imagine how much she was selling on Black Friday. Imagine how much she was selling first and second week of December when people are getting gifts for their friends and family. When it comes to, like a Christmas gift, I know girls was probably getting this for their girlfriends. So she definitely had some hefty sales. November, December. And she's doing this in January that she just sent us this screenshot. So she's like, what are we going to hate on? We got to show some respect. We need more. And this is funny because this is something I could have seen. What's her name? Ice Princess. What is she? Oh my goodness. Saweetie. This is something that Saweetie could have done, but she didn't end up doing. And I think she could have done it way on a bigger scale because I think a lot more chicks probably like how Saweetie looks. Like she just looks like she's supposed to be selling something in the middle of a mall. Like one of those, not mall carts. Is it a mall cart? Mall stands, whatever it's called. Like spraying the perfume out there. Like Saweetie looks like she would work perfectly fine in one of those. And that's not an insult. That just goes to show like that's who you put to sell something. So Carisha's done a phenomenal job. And why is she going to focus on music if this is going to drive way more sales? Her focusing on music would basically be taking away from this. Because how do you really make music and promote this at the same time? And you're doing music full time and you're constantly doing shows. Her podcast/show was perfect for this because they would ask kind of crazy questions, which is probably part of the card game. I don't know too much details about that. But now, unfortunately, the podcast or show has been shut down. I think she's probably shopping it to other places and looking for a new home for it or how to produce it because that's the moneymaker. That's what she should keep doing. Especially she's known as like a party chick in terms of club music, right? I don't know if she herself is out there all the time going to clubs and stuff like that, but her music was. And now JT's like dropping her own song, she's dropping her own song, so some people will try and paint it as like, yo, Young Miami fell off, JT's going solo now. And if you only look at the music, sure, but are we really only looking at the music to judge her as a failure? Like, if she's not trying to be judged as a rapper, which I've never in life heard Young Miami even try to portray herself as like, yo, I'm one of the best female rappers. I'm a really big female rapper. I don't even think she really considers herself like a rapper. I think she was just trying to figure out a hustle, somehow ended up in music, had people write some hits for her, probably still has people writing hits for her. Or, well, she doesn't really have the hits part anymore. But Riley still has people writing songs for her. And then now she's kind of a celebrity, so she can move a little bit different. Also, keep in mind, this lady has kids. I think multiple kids. So she's not going to want to, well, I don't know, actually. I'm not going to put that out there. All I'm saying is a lot of rappers, if they can make $1 million a month and not have to consistently be traveling and picking up bags from shows with safety concerns, with having to pay for security, with having to sort logistics, all this other stuff, they would do it too, especially if they didn't have to do anything like quote unquote lame or corny. And I think she's doing something pretty innovative. When is the last time we saw a rapper with their own game, card game, drinking game that became very popular? I mean, shout out to her. She figured it out with her team, obviously. They definitely aided in the masterminding of this whole thing. Regardless, she did a good job with this. She deserves credit for this. And I don't really care what it has to do with her rapping. She could never rap again. At this point, she really should only rap enough to still have the title and be seen as a rapper. She doesn't want to be fully seen as a podcaster. I don't think so. Well, she doesn't even really have one right now. Or like show host. I think she doesn't have a problem being a hostess. But as long as she just drops a song here and there and it's enough for people to check out, maybe have like a club banger here and there, I think that's the perfect position for her to be in. And man, shout out to her. Yeah, credit. I think this is dope because we can see rappers that are still popular, but maybe their music's not all the way hitting and maybe their music's not generating too much money for them. And this is an avenue in which they can see like, hey, there's potential pathways for you to still leverage the fame that you have to make a lot of money in other mediums. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Are you surprised? Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.